Hello, Morris again. I have a confession of sorts to make. I'm off the antibiotics, by the way, and I'm somewhat hopeful, although I have a problem with a skin irritation now. But never mind that. To those of you who have seen these videos and say cynically and dismissively, as you do of all poor people, well, he deserves it, it's his own fault, you may almost be right in a way. There's an old saying in the British Army, I believe it goes something like, he who takes the king's shilling must do the king's bidding. Well, for a number of years I did take the king's shilling, and I did do their bidding. I fooled myself into believing that I was doing good. What this is about, in the mid-1990s, I was a lawyer trapped at the bottom of the chain in an office from which the senior partner had left to go to Queen's Park. He became a cabinet minister in the Harris government. I knew better than to approach him myself directly, but I had worked on his campaign with a woman who became his constituency office manager, and I went to her and she showed me a list of government appointments. Apparently it's available to everybody in a cabinet office. There was no corruption involved. In a constituency office. Even the other two parties get it, although they don't bother to display it much. I applied for one of the positions, and for 3 years I was a member adjudicator on the Social Benefits Tribunal. Made more money than I had in my life. Told myself that I would grant as many of the appeals from denial of social assistance as I could. Probably did some good for some people by doing that, but saw how the new legislation that the Harris government had brought in was affecting people. Now, I didn't know anything about the healthcare system except what I read in the papers about the new CCAC system they brought in. Later on, in the early 2000s, I was off the tribunal for a while, and then I applied and got a part-time position on a license appeal tribunal, hearing appeals from denial of various types of licenses, and Ontario New Home Warranty claims. And on that one, I was able to see already there were very elaborate homes at extremely high prices coming up before the tribunal. And as usual, I did nothing. I could have realized from that how many people must be suffering already in the province, but the reason I did nothing is very simple. I was afraid of doing anything. And I told myself, it's okay, I'll be all right here. And that's what most people do. They stifle their fear by telling themselves they've got it under control, they'll be all right. And obviously I didn't, because I ended up this way. But the good thing about this is that about this health travail that I've been through is not only that I've learned a lot about the system, but that gradually over time what I like to call the sheath of ice around my heart that kept me from reaching out to people has evaporated to an extent. And I really believe that if each of you make an effort to reach out, I don't think it's anything natural evolution on my part. It's just that, as I say, if you reach out, if you try to form communities, I strongly feel that you will be able to do that. And when you do that, once you know you're not alone with your fear, the fear will actually dissipate somewhat. So please, folks, reach out and try. I'm going to put, for those of you who are more intellectually curious, I'm going to try to put a link in the description to a lecture given by John Searle, who I've mentioned in an earlier video. It's a little complicated to follow, but at the end he gives examples, and good ones I think, of just how fast the social reality around us can change when just one person even starts to try to change it. and that spreads, and it can happen very fast. So there is hope. Don't know if there is for me. If there is, I'm certainly going to do much more, I hope, and will try to do much more to reach out to others on a personal level, not just through these videos. But please, do what you can. And as always, thank you if you've taken the time to watch this video. Bye now.